Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I'm your guide, Elpy, and this is the blue worm bin. This bin was created on the 17th, I think I've been saying the 18th. The 18th of September 2024, so it's a little over 4 months old. I put 67 blue worms in here that I collected from a couple of my other bins, and if I wasn't 100% certain that they were blue worms, I didn't put them in here. I did an official count. No worms under this half of the bubble mailer. That's interesting. I did an official count on the 5th of November 2024. Okay, we got a wisp right there. But I don't... Oh, there was somebody in between. It is pretty cool down here. Just a minute. So I think it's about 54 degrees Fahrenheit or like 13 degrees Celsius down here. So it's cool, and these are tropical worms. Did I say that it's the 23rd of January 2025? And that it's been 6 days since we were last in here, and it's been 32 days since the time for pie feeding, which these guys are still a part of. Because we're just waiting for the pie to go away. But I have fed them. It wasn't last time. It wasn't the 12th. So it would have been the 6th, I believe. So 17 days ago, they got more food. So anyways, on the 5th, I counted, and I think I had 130 to 140 worms. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's check out the time for pie first. Now we're not really seeing any worms on top, which I'm not. Well, okay. I mean, are we smelling? I think the cold. I'm smelling ammonia a couple of times, and I didn't smell it with bin 2 or 3, but 1 and 4, and now blue. I'm smelling an ammonia smell, which is strange. But so it being cold in here, I would expect the worms to be farther down. So there's a blue worm with a rather vibrant looking, oh wow, as in its clitellum really stuck out and it dipped its head away. So let's keep, yeah, there's wormies. Yeah, it stinks over here. Okay. Now we're going to expect blue worms to really slow down. So that's something, as I get all overzealous about wanting to feed them, because I know, yeah, they still have pie, because I know that they can handle more, they break down food more. I need to remember there's more of the pie, that that they aren't going to operate the same with these colder temperatures. So I could put a heating mat under them. I still haven't got coffee grounds. Moisture down here. I did add moisture when I fed them the new feeding. But other than the pie, there's nothing else really down here. There's a pepper skin, mostly a skin. But yeah, so they're gonna slow down production due to the cold. And the reason I'm going to put the pie down at the bottom. The reason I'm not going to add, I'm going to kind of move these cardboard layers around. The reason I'm not going to do a heat mat is because I want to see how well they do in the winter, more so than try to heat it up. They always survive in my other bins, and I've been doing this since 2020. I haven't had 5 bins the entire time, but the blue populations definitely decline in the colder months, but they do not die off completely. So it's interesting. And we did just, I should have come down here when it was really, really cold. I think did look at it once, but not on our coldest night when we were negative. It got to -8 or 9 at night. During the day, that day, it was -6, and the wind chill was -20, which is like -29 Celsius. So one of the cold days I did come down here, and the thermometer said 50. So it's not. This is not an unheated basement, but it's not a heated basement. You know what I mean? Like, it still gets heat from the furnace, but it's not intentionally heated. It gets heat from being lived in, but I mean, obviously, if it's 50 something down here, and I keep the house at 72, 73. So, yeah, the worms are over here. It's not feeling much warmer over here, as much as I'd like it to be. But there are lots of worms. I'm not actually seeing. Oh my gosh, what is going on? So much stuff is moving during this trip to the basement. It just keeps scaring me. Lots of worms. I'm seeing lots of baby worms. Lots of smaller worms. But it does appear that this is where the majority of everyone is. And that it's looking like most of the persimmons are just the skins now. So I think I'm going to give these guys, I've got some old sauerkraut that I've decided to depart with. Oh yeah, there's so many, lots of worms in here. I'm still thinking about counting them one of these days. Though I know there's got to be 300 to 500 is what I've said a few times to you guys, and I believe it. Okay. I have some mashed potatoes as well, but yeah, lots of, see, and the adult worms over here. I did use chicken broth to cook it with. Yeah, look at that. Let's put you guys. All right. Well, they're doing fine, despite the serious drop in temperature outside. So even though my thermometer, you know, there's going to be different microclimates, if you will, even indoors. That's too why I'm thinking maybe there's not so many on the bubble mailer, because it's colder up there. So, just a minute, please. All right, these are really quite old mashed potatoes. I'm going to put a little bit in there. And I forgot that I have avocado skins and there goes my battery just in time. And some tomato trimmings That's the avocado pit. And we have some kraut. Okay. What I'm going to do, we're going to go over to this left corner. I don't think I need to add any more carbon. Still a lot of carbon to be broken down in this bin. And I also don't want to, I might make it a little bit wetter. So, actually, I'm going to do like we did last time. Add a handful of shredded paper. We're going to put our tomato, avocado skins, the potato, these guys are going to get some kraut. I want to give them all the kraut. No, we'll give them the juices. A little bit. Okay. Then we're going to add a little bit of the dry mix. And I'm going to wet that down. And drop some wet paper on it. Maybe a little bit of cardboard from next door. And actually, don't want this sitting on top as much as it is. Sort of crumbled that mashed potatoes. That's how you attract pests. Leave that stuff on top. Not good, Elpy. Okay. I'm going to wet it enough to wet the surface down a little bit more. Okay. All right. So, the blue worm bin, we'll see. Hopefully I didn't just make them. There was a little bit of mashed potatoes, but for them it was kind of a lot. And some kraut. What else do we have? Oh, and the avocado skins and the tomato bits. Okie dokie. Well, there we have it. They are still after that pie. And yeah, I hope and I'm praying for you if you're going through a hard time right now, if you're recovering from the fires, from the hurricane, from the cold in the south, from the holidays, whatever you might be going through, I'm praying for you. I hope you have a good support group and that you have shelter and that you have strength and that you can find the resources that you need. Yeah, so I pray for you. And thank you so much for your time and your interest. Be safe. Be well. All right. Bye for now.